guys, my name is Vuvu and this is Vuvu Vena Reads. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are part of the family, nice to have you back. Always nice to see you on the streets. And for those of you who are still considering pressing that red subscribe button, please do join the family. You will not regret a single thing. And on today's video, as the title suggests, I'm giving you my final thoughts, or my only thoughts. Maybe final, because I did do the first 3 episodes, you know. So final thoughts on season 1 of The Wife on Showmax, and the second season is starting this Thursday, so I had to get this out of the way. I wanted to do it on Friday, but lo and behold, life happens. So here we are. Do sit back, grab yourself some of mommy's juice. Those of you who know will know, and let's do this.
So Vuvu Vena _reads is an amazing book reviewer, also YouTuber. She reviews books on YouTube, and if I'm not mistaken, she also has a blog as well. So please, if for your connection with literature, get in touch with or follow at VUVUVENA_reads. She is based in South Africa, and I think it is also extremely important to follow literary content creators who are based outside of the West and in continental Africa, because they do a really good job of bridging the gap.
We appreciate you, Vuvu, for bringing us Turning Pages and for bringing us your BookTube channel.
You know, this is a chance for people to actually see some people that I really enjoy.
Please consider pressing the red subscribe button down below, and if you are returning, welcome back, fan.
Vuvu, you're amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
So I'm gonna divide this into 4 parts, not 4 parts of the video. The video, depending on how long it is, might be part 1, part 2 kind of situation, but the 4 parts I'm referring to is just how I'm gonna break down my review of the actual show. So the 4 parts speak to just the book elements of the show, or how true it was to the book. The second part talks just mainly about the Showmax stained glass show and my thoughts on the show in isolation of the books. And then the third part talks to the characters, which is the part I'm most excited about. And then the last part will talk about the ending. So that's how I wanted to divide it. And going forward into season 2, I will be recording my reviews on the 3 episodes that will come up per week. So my weekly reviews will be recorded and uploaded on Fridays. I can't give you a time because my life does tend to take a turn of its own sometimes, especially towards the end of the week. So I don't want to say I'll upload at 7 o'clock every Friday, but best be sure that those reviews will be up on Fridays. So let's get right into that. Okay, so in terms of the book comparison, all right, I'm gonna link the first video that I did about the series with NONHLY, Bookish NONHLY. Those of you who don't follow her, I will link her channel down below. And I won't lie to you, it took me rewatching those first 3 episodes for me to get to a point where I realized that, you know what, this show is not going to have any obligations towards the books. What Stained Glass has done literally is that it has taken characters, like they said, inspired by characters from the Hlomu book series. So they have taken these characters, their names, their backgrounds, and they have developed them into what they want them to be, if you get what I'm trying to say. So I know that a lot of people on Twitter, on social media, are sick and tired of us people who read the books, but it's really very difficult for you. Say, for example, you know me, right? My name is Vuvu, you've met me, you know me on a personal level, right? And you come across somebody who's trying to imitate me, right? Name, background, everything. You are going to get a little bit frustrated because you know that this is not who they are, right? Or they are trying to be something that they're not. And I think that that's the thing that the readers couldn't get over. I don't know how else to articulate that, but for me personally, I completely understand it. But like I'm saying, it took me rewatching the first 3 episodes over and over. Like I'm saying in that video with NONHLY, I don't quite remember. Maybe we watched those 3 episodes at least 4 times in that one weekend. And it's probably dawned on me maybe on the 3rd take that, you know what, you're gonna have to separate book characters from this series, because and book setting, etc., because a lot is not going to go according to what you want already if you are not happy in the first 3 episodes in terms of how true the TV version is to the book, then chances are very high that when they get to episode 120, you are going to be the least happiest person. And listen here, like one of my promises to myself this year is that I'm going to preserve my joy, okay? I'm not going to allow things to steal my happiness, and certainly I'm not going to allow Hlomu, the wife, to do that, okay? So in this, sorry guys, like this might have a little bit of spoiler vibes to it, but I'm believing that since season 2 is coming out, that a lot of us have already finished season 1. Those of you who haven't might want to pause at this point. Come back to the video though after you've watched season 1. But other than that, I don't think that there's a need for me to hold anything back since season 2 is coming out. And like I'm saying, I might put it in the title that there's gonna be spoilers here and there, so that you are warned before you step in, okay? So, having come to terms with the fact that the production team is going to do what they want to do with the characters that so many of us fell in love with in the books, it was still not an easy process, right? In season 1, one of the brothers passes away, and we all know that no brothers pass away in book 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Is it 5? I think Hlomu the wife, no one died, none of the brothers died. Zandile, none of the brothers died. Naledi, none of the brothers died. Ikunga, none of the brothers died. So only in book 5 does a brother die. But what the television production does is that it kills a different brother. And of course, we've already spoken about the fact that they've given certain characteristics and storylines to different brothers. So they've switched up the story according to how they found it should fit. And that's their prerogative. Like I'm saying, it is inspired by characters, so they could have done whatever they wanted to do. But it's a little bit frustrating for those of us who have formulated who Oki is, who Kawe is, who Mbande is, etc. in our heads, to then sit there and have these moments that are on some, no, wait a minute, isn't that Kawe's story being given to what's his name? I actually like him. What's his name? Sambulo. Isn't that Kawe's story being given to Sambulo? And isn't that Oki's story being given to Kawe? If that's the case, then how will this happen? Fine, I think that is part of the intrigue for me with the book versus series thing, to see how they're going to keep up these switching of character stories. However, child, like, the frustration is there, even though I've let a lot of it go. Also, our main character, a main female character, they chose to accentuate certain parts of her and kind of like downplay parts of her that a lot of readers fell in love with. So we don't quite see as strongly the staunch matriarch that Hlomu became. We don't quite see that magic that no one can explain, that pulls everyone towards her, and that magic that she has within this family to bind them, to bring them together. There are moments here and there, don't get me wrong, there are great moments when Mbalenhle gives a stellar performance. Like, I cannot fault her. I get goosebumps. There was one scene that I even cried in, and there was one scene where I just like felt like, give it to them. So there were exciting moments, and some of those moments that I enjoyed most, for me, I feel like they brought out Hlomu from the book that I knew. So I think that's part of why I got excited about those moments. However, in the most part, there are parts of the characters, especially Kele and Hlomu, that the production team chose to amplify more than others. With Mkele, the obsessive, abusive part of him is so much louder than this pool in energy between him and Hlomu that is undisputed, and this flawed love story that is undisputed. So it's so easy to hate television Mkele, whereas Book Mkele, you hate him, but you are also rooting for this love story. I don't know if this makes sense. So there are those disparities. Am I absolutely disappointed in the fact that so much of the book doesn't come out in the production? Absolutely not. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Once I had that internal conversation with myself, I was like, it will be what it is. What I appreciate is that I'm now watching a local series. I have not been into local series in like I want to say in forever because I think in forever, and I didn't know any of these these actors before coming into The Wife. So what I will say is that they are adapting the story that so many of us fell in love with and making it into a series. Has exposed us also to some local talent, and listen, the talent is, for me, undisputed. Some of them are newcomers, some of them are all giants in the industry. Maybe not giants, but giants in inverted commas, in that they've been in 1 or 3 shows and people know them because the likes of what's his name? Not Bankal. What's his name? The guy that plays Kawe, okay? His surname is Koza as well. He's pretty well known, and Abdul Koza, he's pretty well known, and I've since watched another series that he was in where he did a stellar job. And listen, a lot of people are saying that he's probably ad-libbing, he's probably doing his own thing, improvising on the scene, because some of his scenes, the humor is so authentic, the reactions are so well timed, so true to the character that he's actually playing as well, that so many people don't believe that it could have been scripted. And chances are actors like that put the other actors around them on their toes, and therefore the energy and the quality of the product that comes out feels very real to the viewer. And I think that some of the complaints that I've been seeing online have gotten to that issue of, does it feel real? And true fiction, right, whether on TV or on paper, the best of its kind has this whole element or phrase or term or whatever that is used by people who work in literature or the arts, called suspension of disbelief. So what that basically means, if I can explain it as simply as I can, is that if I'm writing a book, or if I've written a show and now you are watching and I'm telling you that instead of wine in this glass, there's water, right? I should have created an environment so foolproof that by the time that I tell you that this is water and not wine, you completely believe me. Suspension of disbelief, that in your head, you, when I sip this wine, think I'm sipping water, right? So people have been complaining about that element of the show as well, especially towards the end. There is a scene where Kele pulls a Rabubi down the what Rabubi, okay, Rabubi being Spider-Man, okay? So he pulls a little Spider-Man stunt where a lot of people are saying, come on, what do you take us for? How come and how dare? And some people have also been pinpointing continuity issues with the videos, where 1 minute say for example the wine glass is here, then the next scene this wine glass is here, but I'm still engaging in the same manner that I was engaging. And so people have brought those up, and the thing is, it also says a lot about the caliber of viewers that South Africa now has. There might have been a time or a point in time where so much could have been like glazed over our eyes, but because we've been so exposed to television productions of late, with the binge watching of your Showmaxes and your Netflix, okay, yeah, of your Showmaxes and your Netflix and your Amazon Primes, what have you, we have become so aware and alert to cinematography, to things that in the past would have been things that we would have overlooked. So stuff that we may have overlooked in the past are now very, very blatantly apparent to us. And also it also shows a maturity in our palette when it comes to stories and how stories play out on television, which is something that's absolutely lovely to watch. A lot of people think that so much of what's going on with the reception of the show is criticism, but there is constructive criticism, I believe, in between. And in as much as people will poke fun, make jokes, etc., etc., when you look at it with clear eyes, you will realize that these are points of things in which we could work on. We being stained glass, being Showmax, being whatever complaint or criticism comes through is an opportunity to improve a situation. So when it comes to the actual show by Showmax and Stained Glass, I think that the actors whom I had not known have become very beloved to me, especially, and I think that they understood the assignment to as far as they could have understood. The assignment being that this is inspired by, the actors could not by their own merit change a script to be exactly as a book if that was not the understanding going in. However, the characters that they were given, they played them so, like, I can't fault a single one of these characters to say, sorry, of these actors to say, you know what, your performance was so whack, you know, like you gave such a subpar treatment of the story, you didn't come to the party. None of these people are doing a bad job, none of them. And for me, that's something that is quite commendable, because it also shows to the viewer that there is chemistry, that there is camaraderie. And never mind the fact that these actors have also taken to social media to show their connection off screen, but you can tell on screen that these people have some kind of chemistry. And because this it evolves around a kind of family setting, it makes it so much easier to believe their connection of intimacy on screen, because we've seen it off screen as well. And I think that they've done very well in terms of bridging that gap between the fiction and the reality when they come to us via social media. So I absolutely love the show. The show on its own, I've come to enjoy. Yes, when it comes to social commentary, which is not what I'm going to analyze or review in this specific video, because I feel like a lot can be said about the way in which society and especially this society that we're being exposed to in the series operates. We can have commentary for days. I'm sure some people have started fiddling with like PhD pieces on this specific show. Like, there's a lot that we can actually talk to. However, this is not what I'll be talking to in this video, because like I'm saying, there's so much. And perhaps going into the weekly reviews, I will get an opportunity to then dissect whatever comes out each week. But as a whole, I feel like if I try to do that, there will be so much that I'm gonna miss, and I don't want to do you guys or myself that injustice. So let's get into them characters, girl. Ooh, child. So this is not gonna be in any order. I'm just gonna talk as any character comes into my mind. The first characters, I'll put them together now. I think I'll start with the characters that I cannot separate from each other, right? Yay! That Gogo and that Dadamkula, I'm gonna put them here as I'm talking about them, eh? What is her name? Yo! Their aunt, man, their aunt and their uncle. Yarra, Faragod. Yo. Guys, I have never come across such an annoyance on television in my entire existence. You know what? And I think that it's okay that they're annoying. What bothers me most is that these people have been given so much airtime, and every single time they come on, I want to shed a tear of frustration, because why? Guys, I forgot their names. I'll put them here. Especially the lady's name. Celias. The husband's name is Celias. You know, when they first came onto the scene, I was like, very funny. And no, they do not exist in the books. I was like, okay, quite funny. Like, we do need a little bit of reprieve from the seriousness of the show. But they kept them. And the more they kept them, I was like, kept them for the why? Why are these people in this show? I mean, honestly, please can you answer me in the comments if you guys know, like, why are they still there? And they better not be there in season 2. Listen here. Personally, I don't want to tell you guys any lies. Né? The way that those two annoy me to no return. If they are there in season 2, I'm fast forwarding all their scenes. I don't want to lie to you guys, and I don't know how I'll feel if their scenes actually have quite important information and their scenes are gonna pamper, but otherwise, fast forward. No. Hi. They move nothing forward. They do nothing but annoy the viewer. Aye. Let's rethink that one, eh? Hi, they must go home to their farm or wherever they came from and just chill. Maybe we'll see them if there's a wedding or whatever. But otherwise, no, my child. No. And absolutely not. You know? Under no circumstances. It's a no. It's an absolute no. Then the other duo that we're going to talk about are the enemies, ne? The two brothers. The two brothers, basically, you guys will see them here, you know them, ne? These two. Yeah, Pinky and the Brain. The other is a genius, the other is insane. He led it, Abadini, guys. Oh my heavens, like, yes, we know that the Zulus have enemies, right? We absolutely get it. We get the rivalry, the family rivalry, the age-old clash, you know. Every episode, no child, no. This child goes to book Romeo and Juliet la. This child and once and for all, and then we will know. We must be aware that the enemies will be here every single episode. Otherwise, Connor, no ways. Can't be every single majolas. Can't be seeing majola every single episode. And also, how I mean, in my head, right? The Zulus are quite. I don't know how to whistle. I just exposed myself. But you know what? They are here now. Manja, guys, how are these Pinky and the Brains always a step ahead of them? No. It's just a no. It's an absolute no. We must revise. Yabana now, so season 2. Go back to the drawing board. Hear what the people have said. Otherwise, like, as much as these two duos annoy me, it's also a testament to how well they're acting the roles, right? I feel like if they were inconsequential, then we would talk about how insignificant even their acting is. So for me, it also speaks to the talent, in as much as Nkatele, Ibo, but they're bringing it, and we need to give it to them. They're actually bringing it. I need to change my battery because I still got a few more actors to go through, okay? And I won't go through all of them, like I said, but the ones that stood out for me, I definitely will. Okay, so what other character am I? Okay, let me step into Mkhele and Hlomu quite early on. So Mkhele, I will be honest, right? I did not see Bonko as my Mkhele ever. Even when they announced him, I was like, how? But the way that he's brought it throughout the show, I get it. You know, I can see it happening. I do feel like some of his expressions, facial expressions and body language is a little bit exaggerated, maybe even better on stage than on camera, but I can see how that man worked on that role. I can see it. Like, every time he delivers, I'm like, you uyasebenza. Yeah. No, Mkhele wethu uyasebenza, guys. No Bonko. Yeah, no. Let's give him his props. He has worked on this role, and I don't think that we can fault the man's acting, right? Like I said earlier, the actual way, how they have chosen to portray this character for me is somewhat disappointing. I would have loved to see a softer side of Mkhele, the sides that we have come to be accustomed to throughout the series. That is not vindicating him of the parts of him that are crude, that are raw, that are possessed, obsessive, that are vile, violent and abusive, but there's this magic that Dudu does with the series that and I think I've said it before, that makes these unlovable people, like unlovable, so endearing. And I think this is what this television series forgot to put in there, and that magic perhaps is something that only Dudu can put there, because in a sense those are her babies, right? They were born in her. She cast them out on paper, and it doesn't seem to me as an author had this is my favorite, this is my least favorite, these were my people, right? And I would share them in as much as a mother will talk about her troublesome child. There's love in the manner in which they communicate the trouble. Do you hear what I'm trying to say? I hope so. And I feel like now when Showmax and Stained Glass came through, these were not their babies, so they couldn't deliver that thing. I'm saying, I could be right, I could be wrong, but this is what I've genuinely picked up. Sorry, I just want to fix this a bit. This is what I've genuinely picked up, and this is what I've missed with each and every week, where we were being given 3 episodes, which is another annoyance, but if I start on that, child, that's the color I've been wanting to see, and I don't think that they did that part of him any justice. However, Bonko, take your props, guy. And apparently he's in another thing that's now going to be an SABC about love and stuff. Forgot the name of the thing, and trust you me, I probably won't get around to watching it, but I'm just letting you know, those of you who fell in love with him, he's on something else that's coming out maybe this month even. Okay, so now it's time for Mami Hlomu. Hey, umadlaza bethuna, hey betnana. Hey. I'm Balenhle. You guys, like it or hate it, give that girl her flowers. I mean, physically, in terms of her body, she delivered. In terms of presence in the actual story, she was present in her physical. How do I explain this? You know, some people's presence is felt. She was physically there. There is no scene where you could have felt like this child did not come to the scene, right? When she was falling apart, when she was abused, when she was making love, when she was happy, when she wasn't happy, like this person came and gave such a plethora of emotions a face. Like she brought it, man. Like, I don't know who the hell she is. I don't know where she came from, but listen, she has arrived. Wherever she was from, where she was going, right now, wherever she's meant to be, she has arrived. She has arrived, and I feel like, for me, the mark of acting is that if you are going to be behind that camera as an actor or an actress, it is so important, if you want to keep me as a viewer, to make me feel something. Every single emotion this girl went through, I felt. Okay, there is this scene that will never leave my mind where she's sitting on after this massacre during her wedding, right? They're sitting on the floor with Umandisa. That interaction, there was no emotion per se, in terms of it wasn't an emotional, like you had to have this emotional music, etc., compared to other things that had happened before that point. But these two dynamites of women talking about life in the manner in which they were talking about life, I cried, guys. I'm not ashamed to even tell you guys that that interaction brought tears to my eyes. I cried. And for most people, maybe it was the least theatric of the painful emotions that are happening throughout the series, and maybe it might not be understood why I cried, but for me, I think it was just how genuine and honest these two actors were, talking about something that was untrue to them as though it was their reality, and how they treated that part of that story was so relatable and so heartfelt that for me, that was me falling in love with Mbali. I was like, Mbali, let them give you your flowers, my child. You know, let them give you your flowers. You are showing us a Hlomu who is human from every single scene that we've seen. How she reacts to every situation is probably similar to how all other people would have reacted, in the sense that where somebody shares a load with you, her empathy was real. Where somebody is hurting her, her pain was real. When somebody was overjoying her, her joy was real. When somebody was forcing vengeance out of her, her vengeance was real. I don't know how this woman managed to make all of these things so undisputably true that we all saw it. Like, you could see it written on her. Vengeance, you could see it. Pain, joy, love, you could just see all of it. Disappointment, like, yeah. And I also, like, to the point where I almost want to say that even a person who could not hear her monologues or dialogues could see on her face that probably this is what this person's going through, and that is beautiful. Like, violent, ne? Yeah, no, she must get it. Give it to her, guys, please. Then gave him away too. Hey, guys, if I'm being honest, ne, that was the reason why I decided I'm going to stay true to the show, be a supporter of the series, because this guy's hot, guys. Let's not mince our words. Let's not try. He is hella hot, right? And should you have some debates, go debate your mama, okay? Reservations is quite loud here. This is a statement, not a question, you know? This guy's hot. Anyway, when it comes to Kawa, I feel like they really did not give him too much to do, too much to say. He was a responsive actor. I don't feel like there was much that he did that was proactive until the very end. You didn't see it coming, did you? No, you didn't see it coming. Let's not say it, because hindsight will make you think that you know things that you didn't know before. You did not see it coming. You didn't see it coming. You didn't see it coming. Guys, whenever I think about that feather scene, I can stained glass. Yeah. Okay. You didn't see it coming, okay? But what I'm trying to get at is that Kawe, you don't dispute the fact that he is part of the family, but he's more of the reserved, laid back character. I feel like the part where his intelligence and his brains and whatever and the fact that he is a mastermind behind most of their criminal activity didn't come through as loudly as it should have, and I feel like it's a very important part of his character. Even though Jonga, they've done a bit of a measure of Ngoki, a bit of a measure of Kawe, and I don't know, bamenze ingxubevange in Xhosa, but nansi ingxubevange Kawe lo, ne? Fine, that's what they've chose to do, a mixture of things that probably don't mix, and decided that that's gonna be our Kawe. There's no problem, right, we will accept. Like I'm saying now, I've come to accept this is Kawe, ne? But if we are going to take certain parts that are true to the character in the book, such as him being a mastermind, please can we just like accentuate a little bit of more you know, for us to get it. Ukuthi yazi ukuthi 1 + 1 funyana uqhawe, like let's be given that opportunity to make that association clear as day, you know, just like we know that better bafaz, you know. Give us that chance to say, oh, Kawe was smart. Get it? Got it? Okay. I don't have much to say about Kawe except for that last episode. Season 1, episode 40. La la. Hey! Yo! Hey! You're gonna see things on television. Okay. For me, I felt like that better be you guys telling us, okay, season 2 Kawe. Okay. So ready, look, guys. Dala sifuna umbona lo muntu ready. We've been wanting to see ukuthi what's he got for us. So that's as much as I can say about Kawe. To be quite fair, they haven't given me much else to say. But like I'm saying, episode 40 made up for all the other 39 episodes. Hi, Jongan, guys. Pa, a feather dome. Episode 40. Hey, I'm better. Hlomu. Hlomu, I'm better. Uqhawe, guys. Like, and there's 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades of Zulu, and yes, such a don't guys, but yenzekile ne, and yeah, okay, I shall move on. The next character I want to talk about is Ngoba. My thing with this television Ngoba is that he's been given a lot of airtime. Let's just be honest, okay? He's been given a lot of airtime, and Book Ngoba doesn't get so much airtime. However, like I said, Abdul brings it, okay? We don't fault him, we're not upset. Actually, we look forward to scenes where Ngoba is gonna come through, alright? And I think of all the brothers, his need for his older brother's approval is the most blatant, right? And it's just so beautiful to watch. Not the fact that they need this man to approve of them so much, but it's so beautiful to watch how his specific relationship with Nkosana is so much different from all the other brothers, and that you can actually feel that this little brother loves his older brother and loves him in a distorted or innocent manner that is up to you to judge, but his love is on his sleeve, right? That absolutely nothing has the power, not love for a woman, not love for money, can come against where he puts his older brother and the kind of, what do you want to call it, seat that he has appointed him to in his life, in his heart, etc. Okay. So I've already said Abdul does this thing that everybody's been talking about on Twitter, where it seems like most of his scenes are very impromptu, they're very raw, that they challenge his fellow cast members without truly putting them out of step. And I think that is the magic that he brings to the show, and I've absolutely loved watching him. That whole business with the commissioner's wife, though, you know what, personal, I was like, do we have to take it there? Like I know how it's gonna end. Like, did we have to do this though? And true to form ended like I thought it was gonna end, minus Mandisa's part in it. But it was always gonna end in tears. Okay, let's just be honest. Don't know how, but it was always going to end in tears. The minute it started, you knew we are going down a very, very, very dangerous path that is unnecessary. That's what we knew. Okay, that is the only part of his story that really is on some and Dina, I'm sick and tired. But Shem, give Abdul his props. Yeah, I Zikona, this is my favorite character in the series. I will say that again, without fear of any form of prejudice or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm saying she's my fave. Okay, from her first breath in this series to her last, baby girl being delivering. Umandisa, this is the Zamandisa in the book. In fact, I feel like Ududu had the corner in mind when she was writing that. I don't care, okay, like, don't come here and debate. We're not here to debate. Ndithi mna Dudu had the corner in her head when she created Umandisa. And Katali, if it doesn't make sense to you, that's your problem. I say what I say, I don't say what I say. Zikona. I shame that girl, guys. No. And I do believe it doesn't matter where you place her, no matter where she's acted in these streets, you want to applaud her, okay? Like, let's make noise about people who stay given, okay? Apparently Sister Girl stays given, okay? Now personally, I think I've seen her in one show before, but like I'm saying, I'm not expert in the South African television scene. But all I'm gonna tell you is that she came, she saw it's a supportive role, okay, let me call it that, a supportive role, ne? She's in a supportive role in the series, but child, goodness gracious, no, you're gonna leave season 1 knowing who the hell she is, okay? You're going to leave that season knowing exactly who the character playing, the person playing Mandisa's character is. You're gonna want to know. You are going to want to know. And I also feel like, because so much of her Xhosa-ness comes out in this character, that she also pulls a little bit of what Abdul pulls. And to be honest, I think real acting is about that. It's about, I see you've given me a character. I feel like I understand this character far beyond what's on the paper. And if I'm going to embody this character, I need to be true to my understanding of what this character is. And listen to me, I'm also pretty sure Uzukona read the books. Because there's no other Mandisa that will ever exist in your head after this. The now Mandisa. This one, that is your Mandisa. From now until Kingdom Come, it does not matter. Mandisa Ngulo. Doesn't matter. Who else am I leaving out that I actually wanted to? Okay, fine. I don't want to talk about Sandile. I hate what they did to the character. I hate what they did to that story, Sandile and Hlomu, especially at the beginning. Is this the Sandile that I had in mind? To be honest, I didn't think much about Sandile. So, and yeah, the guys, you know what? They gave me a Sandile, and the Sandile was suddenly a doctor who was suddenly living with Hlomu, who was now also engaged with. Like, I had to let go of Book Sandile very quickly, right? Because so much was so different. And it was what it was, you know? It was what it was. And so even how he dies, even how the cheating happens, I was so far removed from this character. And I think during the Memulo Hlomu, I absolutely lost all connection to that character. But him as an actor, I don't even remember his name. Okay, I don't know his name. But him as a character is, I feel like he was given a role and he played it well. I'm not sure if that makes sense to you, but that's what I feel. I don't have anything to fault him by. And like I'm saying, all these characters that gave me any form of annoyance or any form of negative or positive response were just an affirmation of how much of themselves they gave to the actual character that they were playing. So I think he did well. He might not be our favorite, but I actually think that he played his role very well. Forgot about these two. Unsika, nomqoqi. Oh, aye. Oh. Firstly, guys, if you know anything about me, you know that I'm a ride and die from Mqoqi, from the books. Ne? Aike. That is my guy. Like, from all the Zulu brothers, he be it, okay? He be the man that he thinks he is. And then jiggy, heavy, aibo. Like, for me, it's not even about the actor. I know a lot of people had reservations about the person who's acting. Fine, me not personally, I wasn't concerned. My concern came episode 1 when we are learning this character. What is it meant to be? And it proceeded throughout season 1. Yes, the head aske. How can that be the thing that they chose to do? Gomqoqi. I beg your pardon. Like, how dare? How come? How dare? It's rubbish and dust. No, it's rubbish and dust. Haibo. Like, to the point where, you know what? Whenever I see that character on screen, I probably don't even recall who he's meant to be on the show. I can't. It's not something that can happen. Can't happen. The way in which my heart is ripped apart. By the direction that they chose to take this character. Hlomu, guys, and fungacho. No, my heart is sore. I don't want to tell you guys a lie. Angiko right. That is all I have to say. Unsika ke yena. None of this, I mean, absolutely none of it is anything I remember from the book. So yeah, no, they've recreated that specific character, and kudos to them, because he's got moments where he's hilarious, and then he's got moments where I'm like, yeah, guys, we could have stuck to what we knew, but okay. And like I'm saying, as with all the other characters, he does his part well. He was given a character that he played, and he played it well. Then there is Ulanga, Tin brother, boyo. Fine, they give the twin brother a lot of airtime, and I think that for me, I absolutely love seeing any form of representation on any form of art. On any form of art, and especially in art forms that are popular in the masses. So I absolutely love the fact that they didn't change a thing about this character, that Hlomu's gay twin was still Hlomu's gay twin, and that the person playing the role really brings the spirit of Langa through. I feel absolutely love what this newcomer, he's a newcomer, right? I forget his name and I want to say it, that's why I keep getting stuck. As far as I'm concerned, he's a newcomer in terms of acting, and I really think that he delivered in terms of, as far as the brief is concerned. I'm happy with him as our Langa, and I feel like I was happy with him before, and I'm happy with him still. Godwa, he was witness to season 1 episode 40. I don't think I'll ever stop laughing at this episode, but let me not be this person. And just his reaction then, I was like, yeah, you are the real one. You are the one. You're the one. I absolutely love this character. I've got nothing to fault. I've got nothing to add. I don't know who I'm leaving out. I don't really want to get into Hlomu's parents because I don't have much to say about that. I don't want to talk about that annoying editor. I don't want to talk too much about Tuli's character. What's her name here? Lerato. Okay. I was a little bit disappointed that she left the show because as far as the books are concerned, we still need her around. But I suppose that the best friend who got the job will probably be our Lerato from the book. And yes, but I was like, boring. Like, bad, I'm bad. But okay, that's that. Who else? I'm trying to think. Ngosana Betuna. How can I not? Butomdala. Yeah. I think that they tried as best as they could to amplify the Ngosana from the books that we knew. I do think that television Ngosana brings the family together. Television Ngosana is the patriarch of this family, and television Ngosana is trying to do right by his lineage and by his understanding of what fatherhood to his own brothers should be. I think that his demeanor, his aura, his temperament communicates that very well. I am very pleased with television Ngosana. I have absolutely nothing faulty to say about him, except like sometimes I'm like, okay guy, your judgments here and there are not really okay, but I suppose this is where the story needs to go, so you have to make like that shoot down at the rank with the guy that he was eating with, you know, the one that was the traitor of all traitors. Yeah, I know you know him. I'm like, where is my interrogation Ngosana with an actual interrogation room? Oh, Piloy, I mean, I want him. I'm still waiting for that Ngosana because Bodomdala Sikfuna Lab in the interrogation room that has chains, and you know, that's just gonna shock Uzandile when she comes through. Like, I don't know at which point these producers thought that these are things we didn't want to see. We want them. We want them. We want them for us to make sense of our characters. Just wanna listen. In case you don't know, we want them. That is why we are crying every week, because we want them. So other than those little things that should be supporting this character that I'm not seeing, he really is bringing it. And have you guys seen that, guys? Okay, let me not say it. But have you also seen him smile? I'm just saying, yes, in South Africa, that is all I'm doing. I'm just whomst else. I feel like I've covered most of the characters that I really did want to talk about. If I've missed any character out, this is your chance to just hit me up in the discussion comment section down below, and let's just have this discussion and have it going until Thursday, season 2. So the ending, I wanted to talk to you guys about the ending. Guys, if you can mix spice, ne juice, ne snack, ne mess, mess. Highly stained glass. Kuzegan. And then guys, what are you guys doing? Like, at this rate, this is what I say to my friends. You know what's going to happen after that episode 4? Hlomu, because Galaxy inspired by, and we are doing our own thing, Nina. Is that Hlomu is suddenly gonna have triplets. Listen to me. Hlomu also gonna triplets, and these triplets will have 3 different fathers. Pele, Sandile, Hawe. You'll say I didn't say, but I said. We'll catch you at the end of the death scene, where Hlomu is having triplets with different fathers. I'm just saying. It's possible. At this rate, so much more is possible. After what happened in season 1, episode 40, can't tell me what I just told you is not going to happen. I feel like I don't want to say too much about the ending. Also, it was clever of them to make us believe that they were going for another money heist, but it was a different kind of heist. Huh? Very well done there. Like, I applaud you with that one. That was good job. Good job. Okay. Let me not, I feel like I've dragged this as far as I can drag it. Like, if I say any more, then I'm gonna have troubles myself trying to put this up tonight. So thank you so very much for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed, please do take this opportunity, especially if you've made it till this point, to press that red subscribe button down below. Show me some love by thumbsing this video up. And if you're looking forward to season 2 starting on Thursday, show me a little, not the camera one, you know, the movie, the director thing, you know that emoji, right? The movie one. Ibizwani, guys. Ah, that one. Put it there in the comments, okay? And until Wednesday, I love you very much for choosing me. Bye now.